Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In the last video we learned how to do cast on, hold our needles, and the knit stitch. Hopefully you guys have been doing okay. Remember, before I told you it's just a lot of practice. After you've learned how to do the knit stitch, the next is to do the purl stitch. And all a purl stitch is a knit stitch worked in the front. It's just the opposite of a knit. It's the complete opposite. Okay? So how when we're doing garter, okay, we're holding our yarn in the back. For a purl stitch, our yarn's going to be held in the front. And I hate purling. I hate purling. That's why I work on circular needles, because when you work on circulars, it automatically does a stockinette stitch for you. But if you're working in rows, you have to purl every other row. So how you get the stockinette is you'll work a row of knit and then a row of purl. So we have to work our row of purls. And what you do is you've got your yarn in the front. Hold it however, for some reason this is the way I hold it. Okay, hold your yarn however, but you gotta have a little tension. We're going to take our needle and go down into the front. See where I went? Usually the knit we go in the back. Here we're going to go in the front and down. So it's the mirror opposite of a knit stitch. Okay, so we've got our needle down. I hold my yarn a little bit. Yarn over. And then pull that to the back. And then off. So go in the front. See what I'm pushing? Using my other thumb. Yarn over. And bring the yarn to the back and off. It's the complete opposite of a knit stitch. Going into the front. Yarn over. Bringing your yarn to the back and off. Okay, let me do that really slow. Go into the front. Hold both needles. Yarn over. Bring your needle to the back and off. The front. Now if this stitch is really tight, you might have to go like farther back to bring it around front. Yarn over and then to the back. Go into the front. I use this bump a little as a guide. Get to the front, yarn over, bring it to the back and off. Go into the front, yarn over, bring it to the back and off. Go into the stitch in the front, yarn over, go to the back. Go into the front, downwards, I didn't mention that. Yarn over, bring it to the back. Go into the front, yarn over, bring it to the back. Okay, so now we have our purl stitches. Okay, so now this would be considered the wrong side of our work, so we need to flip it. Okay, now to get the stockinette stitch, we're going to need to knit our next row. It's just alternating between knit and purls. So let me go ahead and knit this row. Push your stitches up with your left hand. Okay, so we did our row of knits. Now we're going to do another row of purls. See how we're forming the stockinette? See how pretty? And this is what you commonly see in all knitwear, is the stockinette. Okay, so turn your work, pull down your stitches. Okay, this is the right side. Obviously, you see your stockinette. Patterns will say, you know, right side and wrong side. So now we're going to turn wrong side facing us, because all the bumps. And then bring your yarn forward. And then we have to purl. The first one's always a little fiddly. Go in the front and down, yarn over, and pull it off. Go into the front, yarn over, go to the back, pull it off. Go into the front of the stitch, yarn over. Let me see if you can see what this looks like. Pull it off. Yarn over, just pull it to the back. Get that sucker off. I hope you guys are getting it, because I know it was really frustrating when I was first starting to knit. But I mean, you just practice and practice, and then all of a sudden something clicks, and you're just, all of a sudden you're knitting. Okay, our last purl. Okay, so give our stitches a pull. Turn your work, remember, wrong side, let's turn it to the right. And there's our stockinette forming just by learning the purl stitch. So just alternating knits and purls, and this is the beautiful fabric that you get, which is used, like I said, for everything. So all you do, knit one row, purl one row, knit, and you're always going to start with knit. So when you cast on, you know, knit the first row, and then alternate between the two. So let's do one more knit and purl row. So go ahead and knit. This is called knitting the knits. This is our knit side, because they're facing us. Not pretty. One more row of purls, and then I'll leave you guys on your own. So bring your yarn forward, go into the front and down, yarn over, pull it to the front, or back rather. Sorry, it's moving. Oh, in knitting, a row counter is a very good thing to have. Just a suggestion, especially if you're following patterns. If you're doing your own thing, then you really don't need to worry about it. But it is good to know how to read your knitting so you know what to do next. So we just did a row of purls, and say we put our knitting down. Okay, we put our knitting down and we went and did dishes or something. Okay, then you come back and what do I have to do next? Well, when you turn the right side to you, you see that it's all knit stitches facing you, so you need to knit. Does that make any sense? You always want to purl the purls and knit the knits. So if this was facing you, then you would purl it. Okay, but since this, you know, the right side of our work, we should have left it like that, which is what I do, the right side facing. And because the braids are facing me, I know I need to knit. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, if this was facing me with the yarn on this side, right, that would mean I had to purl. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but you'll get it. And then that's the beautiful fabric that you get from working. Hold on, I'm trying to get a good view. From working knit and purls. And then this is your stitch, and you can do, it's awesome. I love it. It's like two little legs. In crochet they'd be going horizontal. Here they're going vertical. So I hope you guys got that. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to get a hold of me. Like I said, practice, 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 and you will get it. So until next time, happy knitting. Bye.